Hello students. In this part of the lesson, we are going to deal with addition and scalar multiplication of matrices. Now, how can we add two matrices together? Remember that two matrices can be added only if their orders are the same. Now, let us study some examples. Suppose we are given two matrices like this. The first matrix contains a single row. The second matrix, as you can see, contains a single column. Can we add these two matrices together? Consider the order of these matrices. The first matrix contains one row and three columns. Hence, its order is 1 by 3. The second matrix contains three rows and one column. Thus, its order is 3 by 1. Now, since the orders are different, we conclude that these matrices cannot be added. Let us consider one more example. Say these two matrices are given to us. Find their orders. We find that both of them contain two rows and two columns. Thus, both their orders are 2 by 2. We can add them together. Now, how to add them together? We add two matrices together by adding their corresponding elements. That is, 2 is added to 6. 2 which is present in the 1th position is added to 6 of the other matrix which is present in the same position. Similarly, 8 is added to -4, 6 is added to 5 and 7 is added to -2. And the answers of addition are written in the answer matrix in their same position. Thus we get 2 plus 6, 8 plus -4, 6 plus 5 and 7 plus -2. And thus upon adding we get the answer. Thus we can add two matrices of the same order together and get their answer. What about subtraction? Now two matrices can be subtracted if we remember this particular rule, that is A minus B is the same as A plus minus B. So essentially subtraction obeys the same rule as addition of matrices. The next concept, that is scalar multiplication of a matrix. Now what is a scalar? A scalar is any number given to us. Consider any number, say 5. Suppose we want to multiply 5 to a given matrix. This can be done by multiplying 5 to all the elements of the given matrix that is there. Like this. 5 is multiplied with 4 to get the element in the 1th position. 5 is multiplied with 5 to get the element in the 2th position. 5 is also multiplied with 7 to get the element in the 1th position. And it is multiplied with -6 to get the element in the 2th position. Thus, we multiply 5 with all the elements of the matrix and get the answer matrix. So, if the question matrix has a particular order, in this case the question matrix has the order 2 by 2. After multiplying with 5, the answer matrix also has the same order, that is 2 by 2. So, during scalar multiplication of a matrix, we get a matrix which has the same order as the question matrix given there. Thus, if k is a number, k is any scalar number, and if k has to be multiplied with a matrix, say A, that multiplication can be done. We get a matrix such as Ka, and the order of A and Ka is the same. Exercise 2.2. We are going to do the sums which are remaining in exercise 2.2 because some of the sums we have already done in the previous lecture dealing with transpose, symmetric and skew symmetric matrices. So we start with sum number 1 of your exercise 2.2. Here we are given three matrices A, B and C. We have to show that first of all A plus B is equal to B plus A. We start with the LHS. On the LHS, A plus B, we add A and B together. And remember the addition rules of addition. First of all, the order of the matrices must be the same. Here, the order of the first matrix is 3 by 2. The order of the second matrix is also 3 by 2. Thus, we can add both the matrices together by adding their corresponding elements like this. And after doing that, we get the answer matrix for the LHS. Then, continuing with the RHS. RHS, we do B plus A. That means we write B first and then A second. And we do the same method of addition. Of course, we are going to get the same answer because matrix addition is commutative. That means A plus B will give the same answer as B plus A. Now, the second part of the sum, you can do it as an assignment in your notebook. Here, observe that on the LHS, A plus B is already done in the first part of the sum. So that you don't need to repeat. You just have to add that matrix to C. On the RHS, of course, first you carry out B plus C and then add that answer to A and prove whatever they have asked you to prove. Now in the next sum, A and B are two matrices given to us. We have to find out a matrix A minus 2B plus 6I, where I is a unit matrix of order 2. Hopefully you remember what is a unit matrix. A unit matrix is one in which the diagonal elements are 1 and the remaining elements are all 0. Now remember, this sum is a very important sum for you. It has been asked a number of times in the board exams. So in the solution, first of all, I is 1001 because they have given the order of I as 2 in the question. We have to find out what is 6I. So we multiply 6 to all the elements of I like this. We multiply 6 with 1, get 6 in the answer. 6 is multiplied with 0. 6 is also multiplied with the second 0 and with 1. Thus we get what is 6I. In the same way, we also get what is 2B by multiplying 2 with the matrix B. Now finding both these answers, we are in a position to find out what is A minus 2B plus 6I, where we do the appropriate operations. That is A is A and 2B. 2B is subtracted from A. And then the answer is added to 6I like this. So 1 minus 2 plus 6. Similarly, in the next position, minus 2 minus minus 6 plus 0. In the third one, 5 minus 8 plus 0 is done. And in the fourth position, 3 minus minus 14 plus 6 is written. Thus, we do the operation this way. And by algebraically adding all the numbers together, we get the answer matrix. In the next sum, the sum given is A and B are two matrices. We have to find the matrix C such that A plus B plus C is a 0 matrix. Now this sum also has a chance of coming in the board exam. Now in the solution, they have given us that A plus B plus C is a 0 matrix. Thus A plus B plus C is 0. What we do is, we keep A plus B on one side and take C on the other side. Thus we get A plus B is equal to 0 minus C, or A plus B is equal to minus C, or C is equal to minus A plus B. So all that we do is, putting a minus sign outside the bracket, we add A and B by adding their corresponding elements together. Thus we get the answer as so. Now in the answer, observe that there is a minus sign outside the matrix. You can either change the sign of all the matrices in the answer or leave the answer as it is. Both the ways are correct. In the next sum, A, B and C are matrices given to us. You have to find the matrix X such that 3A minus 4B plus 5X is equal to C. It is not as difficult as it looks. Now in the solution, 3A minus 4B plus 5X is equal to C. Keeping 5X on one side, we get C minus 3A minus 4B. opening the bracket for 3a minus 4b, we change the sign because the minus sign outside the bracket. So we get 5x is equal to c minus 3a plus 4b. So at least we can find 5x from this. Now c minus 3a plus 4b. That means we have to find first what is 3a. So 3a means, yes, multiplying 3 to a. And thus we get the answer after multiplying 3 to the matrix A. Then we find 4b by multiplying 4 with b. In the next step, after finding out both those answers, we proceed to do the complete sum. That is 5x is equal to c minus 3a plus 4b. So 5x is equal to the matrix C minus the matrix we got for 3a plus what we got for 4b. Thus the next step and the next step in which we get 5x. Now x is equal to 5 goes to the RHS. Thus we get x is equal to 1 upon 5 into the answer matrix. Now we can either multiply all the elements of the answer matrix with 1 upon 5 and write a further step in the answer. Or we can keep the answer as it is, like it has been done over here. Both of them carry equal marks actually. The next sum, solve the following equations for x and y. They have given us two equations. 3x minus y is equal to the given matrix, that is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, and x minus 3y is equal to 0 minus 1 0 and minus 1. To make it easier to solve the sum, we write the first equation as 1 and give the number 2 to the second equation. Now what we can do is we can multiply equation 2 by 3. Thus we get 3x minus 9y is equal to the matrix 0 minus 3 0 minus 3. Now we observe that in 3 and 1, in equation 3 and equation 1, the coefficient for x is same, that is both are 3x. So we can eliminate x by subtracting 3 from 1. So by subtracting 3 from 1, the x coefficient goes away, the y coefficient becomes 8y. So 8y is equal to the corresponding matrices are subtracted. And we get 8y is equal to 1, 2, minus 1, 4. Thus y is equal to 8 comes on the RHS and becomes 1 upon 8. So 1 upon 8 into the answer matrix. Again we can choose to leave the answer as it is, or we can take 1 upon 8 and multiply it with all the elements of the answer matrix. Either way, it is up to you. Now for getting x, what we do is multiply the equation 1 by 3 and get another equation like this. Now this is equation 4. Again, we subtract equation 2 from equation 4 and thus get the answer for it. Thus we get x is equal to 1 upon 8 of the answer matrix, that is it. In this way, we get the answer for x and y. Now the next sum, find matrices A and B. If, as the question is given, 2a minus b is a given matrix and a minus 2b is another given matrix, you can do it in the same way as the 11th sum as an assignment in your notebook. In the 13th sum, two matrices are added together and we get an answer matrix. Now you see that in the first matrix, there are some unknown values such as x and y. We are expected to find what is x and y. Now first of all, on the LHS, the addition of the matrices is done by using the rules for addition, that is adding the corresponding elements together like this. Now, by the property of equality of matrices. What is the property of equality? Yes, two matrices are equal if their orders are equal and their corresponding elements are same. Now since both the matrices are said to be equal in the question, we can write that 2x plus y minus 1 is equal to 3 because the corresponding elements are same here. So thus we get this matrix, this value. Also we can write 4y is equal to 18. Thus From 4y is equal to 18, we get y is equal to 18 upon 4, which is 9 upon 2. Substituting this value in the equation 1, we can get the value for x by following these steps which are there. Thus, we get the value of x as minus 1 upon 2. So, in this way, we get the value of both x and y in the question. Next, you can do this assignment in your notebook. The first 4 questions are just fill in the blanks questions, some very simple questions which have been given in your textbook actually in the miscellaneous exercise 2. And the next question is similar to a question which we had done just now in this lecture. So practice these questions in the notebook, get the concept thorough in the mind. And in the next lecture, we are going to go to multiplication of matrices. Bye students.